studying in SNS College of Physiotherapy first year. First, I would like to thank our chairman sir, correspondent ma'am, technical director, principal sir, and the vice principals or of and the staffs of SNS College of Physiotherapy for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I am proud to be take part in five pillar activity. In that, I am going to present artificial intelligence and data science. My topic is artificial intelligence and data science in kidney failure. Kidney. The kidney are a pair of bean-shaped organs on either side of your spine, below your ribs and behind your belly. Each kidney is made 4 to or 5 inches long, roughly the size of a large fist. The kidney job is to filter your blood. They remove the waste, control the body fluid balance, and keep the right level of electrolytes. All of the blood in your body passes through them about 40 times a day. The structure of the kidney, it consists of calcareous, renal pelvis, medulla, cortex, ureter, renal veins and the renal artery. Kidney failure. Kidney failure, also known as renal failure, is the partial or complete impairment of the kidney function. It results in an inability to excrete the metabolic waste products and the water, and it contributes to disputes of all the body system. The term peptic syndromes or renal failure are used synonymously. The term pulmonary syndrome describes a set of manifestations that result from loss of renal function. Types of kidney failure. Two types of kidney failure, acute and the chronic. Acute. Kidney failures develops within a hour or day, including changes of the kidney function recovery. Possible causes, example, trauma, acquired inoxidation, part of multi-organ failure, various other diseases. Chronic. Kidney failure develops over a year, invisible at the end. Possible causes, secondary to high blood pressures and or diabetes, chronic bacterial infections of the kidney, cystic kidney, various autoimmune diseases. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the field of the computer science that is associated with the concept of machine thinking like humans to perform tasks such as learning, problem solving, planning, reasoning, and identifying the pattern. Role of artificial intelligence in healthcare. Early detachments of alignment, help in treatment, associative care, checking health through variables, improving the decision making, explaining access to the medical service, give and surprise experiences, end of life care. Artificial intelligence in kidney failure. Introduction. Dialysis. From Greek means dissolution. Dia means through and lysis means losses or the splitting is the process for removing the waste and the excess water from the blood, and it is used primarily as the artificial replacement of the lost kidney function in people with renal failure. Dialysis may be used for those with an acute distribution in kidney function. Acute kidney processes but chronic worsening kidney functions, a state known as chronic kidney disease. Stage 5. Previously chronic renal failures or end stage renal diseases. Type of dialysis. Hematolysis, and it is also known as HD. Peritoneal dialysis, PD. They work on similar principle. Movement of solute or water associating a semi-permeable membrane. Dialysis membrane. Peritoneal dialysis. Dialysis must be room warm up before uses. Drugs, heparin, potassium, and the antibodies must be added in advance. Allow the solution to remove in the peritoneal cavity for the prescribed time. Check out the cloning, blood at the fibers, nerve pulses, the catalysis, the motor with the VS regulation. Keep recording of the patient fluid balance, daily weighting, monitor the blood chemistry, turn the patient side to side if drained, stop. Observe for abnormal pain, cold solution, restitution leaking, Preventing the infection, intake must be equal to output. Peritoneal dialysis is usually for patients with absolute no other option of dialysis or as the temporary measure until option of dialysis shortly out. Peritoneal dialysis, it occurs in this manner. It is the types of the peritoneal dialysis occurs. Hematolysis. It is the process of cleansing the blood of the accurate wash product. Patient assisting is preparing and the calcitated surgical. One needle is inserted to the arteries. Then blood flows it directly to the dialysis. The machine is equipped with semi-permeable membrane surrounding with dialysis solution. Water product in the blood moved to the dialysis solution passes through the membrane by means of the diffusion. Excess water is also removed from the blood by the way of ultrafiltration. The blood is then returned to the veins after it has a cleansed. And this is the pictures of the hematodialysis. Hematodialysis it occurs in the arteries. Hematodialysis machines is used for the patient's fresh dialyzer used dialysated, dialyzer infused pressure motor, blood pumps, venous pressure motors. This is the dialysis machines which was used in India. Principle. Dialysis work on the principle of the diffusions of the solute and the ultrafiltration of fluid around a semi-permeable membrane. Diffusion is the property of the substance in water. Substance in water tends to move from an area of higher concentration to the area of the lower concentration. Blood flow by one side of the semi-permeable membrane and the diaster or special dialysis fluid flows from the opposite side. How does the dialysis machine work? Path which the blood takes. Heparin pumps to the prevented clotting. Blood pumps, dialysis, arterial arterial pressure monitor, venous pressure monitor, air detached chamber, air trapped under the air detacher. Clear blood returns to the body. Blood removed for the cleansing. Main part of the kidney dialysis machine. Dialysis membrane sometimes refers to a simpler a dialyzer. Hematolysis used a cellulose membrane tube immersed in fluid, whereas the peritoneal dialysis used the line of the patient abdominal cavity as the dialysis membrane. Dialysis stated. Dialysated solution has the same solute concentration as those in orderly plasma. Therefore, if the patient blood plasma, there will be more into the dialysated. And if the blood plasma lacks the ideal concentration of any solute, this will move into the patient blood. Conversely, the dialysis fluid does not contain any waste product such as urea. So these substances in the patient blood moves down the concentration gradients into the dialysated. Anticoagulant. Heparin is usually an anticoagulant that is added to the patient in order to prevent the blood from clotting. If passes through the machine, preventing the blood from clotting should in turn filter surfaces of the system. However, heparin is not added during the final hour of the dialysis in order to enable the patient blood clotting activity to return to the normal before he or she leaves. Static pumps are commonly used for driving the various high volume fluids in the machine, blood, dialysis, water, and the saline. This type of pump is very conventional because it does not touch the fluid directly. Instead, a set of flexible tube runs through the pump machine where it is compressed by the roll to push the fluid forward. Valves. Several valves with electronic actuation are needed in the machine to allow variable mixed ratio. Various implementations are possible from simple opening closing valves derives from cylindrical to previously various positioning valves derives by step monitor or other means. Sensor. Dialysis machine requires many different types of sensor to monitor the various parameter. blood pressure at the various point in the extracorporeal circuit, diastolic pressures, temperature, O2 saturation, motor speed, dialyzer membrane pressure gradient, and the air are all monitored for proper valves during the dialysis. Cleaning system. Between the patient session, any reused component must be sterilized. One approach to the heat water or saline to the high storing temperature and then run it through the machine, both through the extracolon circuit and through the dialyster circuit. Data science. Data science is the extraction of the actionable knowledge directly from the data through a process of discovery, hypothesis, and the analytic hypothesis analysis. A data scientist is the practitioner who has sufficient knowledge of the overlapping rigging of the expected in the business needs, domestic knowledge, analytic skills, and the progressing expression to manage the end-to-end scientific method processes. It is the annual surgery of the Japanese Society for the Dialysis Therapy renewal data registered was connected for 4,413 dialysis facilitators at the end of 2017, among which 436 facilitates 98.8% response to the facilitate questionnaires and 4,188 94.9 percentage response to the patient's questionnaires. The response rate of the 2017 survey was comparably with the past, even though it was the third year after the new analogical method. It is the data science in the India. Conclusion. Dialysis involves the diverting the blood through the artificial kidney machine that clears and returns it to the body. During this process, the blood is purified by two principles, diffusion and the ultrafiltration, through a semi-permeable membrane. This semi-permeable membrane can be cellulose membrane or it can be peritole membrane. Thank you for everyone for giving me this wonderful opportunity.